Do you want birds in Planet Zoo? Well, here for you I have my list of the 6 kinds of birds that need to be in any potential Planet Zoo birds or aviary pack. And who am I to tell you that? Well, I have over 4,000 hours into the game. Yes, I know that it's a problem, but we're not going to talk about it now. And you might have seen my build somewhere around here. So first off, let's talk about the idea of Planet Zoo and birds. Because let's be honest guys, it's probably not going to happen. Because Planet Zoo is probably going into its final year of support. Which means that we are lucky if we get to see 4 packs this year. But I wouldn't be surprised if after 2 or 3 packs, Planet Zoo and Frontier are like, sorry guys, this is the end of the road. We are off developing new games, because I think they've already announced that in 2025 and the years going forward from that they are releasing new games. So they are already actively developing those games. So I would be very surprised if Planet Zoo actually survives into 2025. So with that being said, the chance to still get a full Planet Zoo birds or aviary pack is the smallest it has ever been. So when we are thinking of Planet Zoo and birds, yeah, we're not going to count on any new systems. It's way too late in the game for that. So we're counting on birds in walkthrough exhibits. I don't think anyone is really mad about birds in walkthrough exhibits. It works really well for the bats and the butterflies. Because we can already nullify the walls, you can still build the aviary of your dreams. I don't want to see like specific birds. I just want to see as many rigs for the birds as possible so that the modders can go crazy. I mean, they've already went crazy with the swan rig. So we're going to count on that. So we're going to keep this list very general, even though it's still like a fucking miracle if we do still get birds in Planet Zoo. Anyways, let's start with the list. And Puffins. I want to see Puffins in Planet Zoo. I've said this in every video that I've mentioned birds in, but because Puffins would be a non-flying bird in a full birds and aviary pack, I would love it. It's just a fun joke of like, hey, here I have all these flying birds. And then there's one non-flying bird, which is probably then the only habitat bird. Puffins are just amazing, funky little creatures. They are basically a creation fart. And I love almost all creation farts. So when I think Puffins, I just think fun joke bird for Planet Zoo. There are this kind of mix in between a duck and a penguin. And I just love that. So yes, if we don't get Puffins by the end of Planet Zoo's life cycle, I am going to show up at Planet Zoo's headquarters. I'm not going to have a sign. I might be holding like a basket of chicken nuggets and then just be like, you didn't give us Puffins. Anyways, let's move on to the list, which is here Poison just couldn't make its mind up. Yes, I have my notes in front of me. That's why, no, that's actually not why I'm sitting like this. I don't know why I'm sitting like this. Barn owls and eagle owls. I did say I don't want to see like specific birds. Although it does make sense. Whenever I think of an owl, I think of an eagle owl. Or at least something that is similar to an eagle owl. I think I most specifically wanted to mention here the European eagle owl. Because of course I'm Dutch, so. But then barn owls would just be funny. Barn owls just look like they have dipped their face into flour and that has somehow genetically stick to them. I want any kind of owl, because again, I want as many bird rigs as possible. And yes, I'm not going to say, oh, snowy owl. No, you're not going to get your Harry Potter games here. I want chaos. I don't want to make you happy. I want to make myself happy. Anyways, let's move on to the next bird, which here we're going back into general things, because I just wrote down parrot. Not any specific kind of parrot, although the parrot that I'm most likely thinking of, which might not actually be a parrot. If it's not, do type it below in the comments and just roast me for not knowing any birds. But I am probably thinking of a red macaw. Any kind of parrot or like a colorful bird of paradise, even though there's another one of those on this list. But like, I don't think I've ever seen a zoo with like a noteworthy aviary that doesn't have at least one kind of parrot. There's so many, and because it's like a general birds and aviary pack, you can't just have a parrot and an owl in there. Then the other bird of paradise, toucans. toucans are just fun. Like, I love creation farts. And toucans are a creation fart. Like, their beak is the size of their entire body. I don't know if you can actually put them in walkthrough exhibits. I don't know if they're friendly. But eagle owls will probably not be friendly. Barn owls will probably not be friendly. The other ones on this list, probably not friendly if you get too close to them. Yeah, I want toucans just because they're fun. And just because it feels like... What is the... I think it's the woodpecker that I think of. It looks just like a mutated woodpecker, and I'm all about it. Second to last one on the list, because Poison can't keep count of like the birds that he put on the list. Eagles. Although Poison, or before recording Poison, couldn't make its mind up, so it states here eagle/vulture. I would more likely want to see a eagle, but like a vulture is also fine. And again, like, doesn't make any sense for a walkthrough exhibit because they would most likely attack the guest, or at least might also actually not be the right size for an eagle or a vulture like the walkthrough exhibits. But you can nullify the walls and then still make the aviary the size that you want. If Planet Zoo gets a bird or aviary pack and there's no eagle of any kind or vulture of any kind, more likely I want an eagle. But if it's not in there, I'm going to riot. Not as much as for not having puffins, but I'm going to riot. I also noticed that I've said more likely want to. That doesn't make any sense, but then this video doesn't make any sense. I don't know why am I sitting like this. Like, I'm legit. Do you know like the feeling of when you're on the couch and you have like one of those tiny couches in front of you, but it's slowly slipping away? That's what I'm feeling right now, because I have my legs on my desk, but the desk is metal, so I can't move them because otherwise you will hear it. But like, I'm in this position and held by 2 toes. I am gripping the desk like it's my last life support. Let's move on to the actual last bird of this list. So here I had a tiny brain because I just spelled tiny bird. Probably just like any kind of like tiny bird of paradise, or like any kind of tiny bird. Like, it doesn't need to be like a specific bird, but like, because we have 2 middle-sized birds and then the larger ones usually, but like the owls are usually large. Then you have the eagle or the vulture, which are larger birds. I just wanted a tiny bird. So that's basically the list. Although I do have 2 extra birds to add. One I call the hand puppet birds, because Poison has the mind of a 13-year-old, and yes, it's a putu bird. I think I spawned every Discord that I've been in with a putu bird a few months ago, because I just discovered it and I was just like, this is a bird that I need. It's just, it looks like a hand puppet. And the final bird, which is also a joke bird, shoebirds. I don't think they can fly. If they can, Frontier will probably not let them fly, because they've done the same thing with flamingos and the cranes, but shoebirds, like they just look evil. Like, they just look like Karen. Anyways, that's going to be it for today's video. I don't know why I've started sitting like this. I also, like, I do know why I'm holding the mic like this. Usually the mic's up there. I took it down here because I wanted a face cam, but I don't know what to do with my hands, so I needed to hold the mic. However, the downside is the cable to this mic is very fragile and it keeps slipping out. So that's why I'm holding it specifically like this. If at any moment the sound just cuts off, it's... If you like this video, throw a like at the like button. If you want to see more, subscribe. And there's also memberships now if you want emotes and such. I'm going to stop now because everything hurts. So yeah, this is a great video. Anyways, have a wonderful day, guys. Bye bye.